Water turned to wine.
Oh, yay, and I have plenty of water here.
There's many hours in the day, Mother.
Yes. And this is John chapter 2.
Chapter 2. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there.
Yay.
Now, both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. Very good. They didn't show up unannounced.
Right, this is true. You're right.
And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not come yet." A little short, but I mean, to
It
get
does
to the
feel.
point of the matter, he said, "I'm not ready for that."
I mean, to us, we don't usually go around calling people woman, like that. But they did say, I mean, I read one thing that said it could be like more of a term of endearment than we think of it.
I think so. So his mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do it." So his mother already knew
Right. His mother knew.
that
I know,
do these
exactly.
things.
Because that's pretty good faith, isn't it?
Right. Or raising the child that could do these things
Right.
and just knowing. He said,
Wow.
"We're
Yeah,
not
just,
going to
yeah.
have this party die today. We need more wine."
Right.
Now there were set there 6 water pots of stone, according to the manner of purification of the Jews, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece. Jesus said to them, "Fill the water pots with water," and they filled them up to the brim.
And so that's pretty big, 20 or 30 gallons a piece.
That's a lot of water.
Right.
That's a lot of water. That's 180 gallons.
Wow.
That's probably like $2,000 worth of wine
Wow. In today's thing.
in today's standards.
Yeah.
Uh, and he said to them, "Draw some out now and take it to the master of the feast." And they took it,
You're very obedient.
right? Well, when you got Jesus' mother yelling at you, you do.
Right.
You do.
You
There is no
do. Yeah.
try. There's only
Obviously,
do.
she had that, they had respect for her that they listened to her, didn't they?
Right.
Hmm.
When the master of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and did not know where it came from, but the servants who had drawn the water knew,
Mm-hmm.
the master of the feast called the bridegroom, and he said to him, "Every man at the beginning sets out the good wine, and when the guests have well drunk, then the inferior. You have kept the good wine until now."
Right.
Y'all been holding out.
I know, because usually they keep the bad wine, right? Because people don't notice as much, right?
Right. This beginning, the signs Jesus did in
This
Cana
begin.
of Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him.
Wow.
After this, he went down to Capernaum, he, his mother, his brothers, and his disciples, and they did not stay there many days.
Hmm.
They didn't stay long, but right, this is
Interesting little
his
bit of.
first introduction.
I know, it does seem so, yes. And we didn't cover
Well,
this in any of the other, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
How would they have known? Nobody else talked to Jesus' mother.
This is
Because how
like,
else would you know
or
that
they
she's
just,
bossing them servants around?
right. Oh, I know. So it's an interesting, like John has seized or chooses to write down
I
different
mean,
things,
he could have talked to Jesus's brothers were there.
Yeah. And maybe he was there, his
John?
disciples. We don't technically know that
John
he,
wasn't there.
what?
John wasn't there.
Well, just because it didn't mention John, does that really mean that John wasn't there?
He's a fly on the wall.
Well, it says his disciples, and we're assuming that he's only the four disciples, right? But we really don't know that John just didn't put that part in the story
Yes.
because maybe he knew that the other ones covered John and James being included, so he thought he didn't want to include himself, maybe.
How nice of him.
Maybe. You know what I
How
mean?
courteous. A very
Uh,
courteous thing to do, to confuse readers thousands of years later.
uh, he was thinking of you, John, when he wrote this, John.
In particular, right? Yeah.
Well, Jesus knew about you, John, for sure.
Good.
Reading John. Wow. That is pretty cool.
So
I mean,
he probably made somebody's life a lot better, right? Had a good wedding. They had a
yes,
great
they
one.
had a good wedding. Yeah, exactly. And that was
Who
probably a
knows?
big deal back then.
Where's the lineage and offspring of this family?
I know.
What did they
Ah,
do?
I know. What did they do? Where are they? Are they telling the story of how Jesus showed up and did his first miracle at their grand great 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 grandparents?
Right. Which is now Josh Seller's wine.
Wow. They're still drinking all their wine. Just joking.
Yeah, if they didn't preserve it, it's
And
probably in
what
the
about,
bar somewhere
yeah,
in the ground.
the servants who knew where it was drawn?
Only
And
they knew.
yeah, they must have told the master all that. Wow. So many people, their great, 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 multiple great parents passed down the story.
Yeah, what if after the wedding they were like, "Where did you get the wine? Because it was good. We want to get more." And they're like,
It was a one time.
"It's a one-time deal."
You have to talk to Jesus's mother or talk
Right.
to
She can
Jesus.
get some for you.
Oh,
He'll find some peace.
thank you, Jesus.
Dear Jesus.